Klaus.
How are you two today?
We're good.
Great. I'm Rachel. This is Dee.
Hi. How are you all?
So you know who we are because we're voice actors, and you can't always tell.
People don't always know what we look like. So.
You were fantastic as Klaus.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
No,
Will
it's
Klaus get his day in the upcoming season?
Well, we'll see about that, won't we?
No,
We'll see.
he will not.
He will not.
He will never
not
get his day.
He'll
If he
never
gets
get
his day, they
Then we're
take back his
canceled.
day.
Yeah.
Life's not easy being a goldfish.
No, it's not. No, at first he was like getting a little action from Mom, and now there's no more of that. And it's always just about Klaus is stuck in his bowl, and his plans are usually foiled, whatever they are.
Well, for Klaus and Haley, what can we expect from them in this new coming season of American Dad?
Oh, wow. You know, I have a really big and important storyline coming up. I go blonde, so that's kind of a big deal. Character.
That's a multi-episode arc too.
It really is, yes. And you know, Francine and Haley kind of get into it a little bit because they're both blondes, and yeah, no, it's good. And then you know, Jeff comes back too, so I get my husband back, and we're back under the Smith roof together, and it's fantastic. I think Haley's character just continues to grow.
As does the show, because at our new home over at TBS, we're allowed to take things further. The restraints that we normally have on network and Fox, which actually weren't that restrained.
No,
the show gets away with a lot. They're actually able to go further in the cable home.
Mm-hmm.
Touching on that lightly, your transition from Fox to TBS, how was that for you personally?
You know, it's been really interesting. I mean, we were I think 9 years with Fox, which is a long time, and to give them credit where credit is due, they left us alone and they let us grow and they let our show find its fan base, and that was really fantastic. And now moving over to TBS, we're feeling so embraced, and I mean, TBS is clearly so excited to have this show, and they're really promoting it and giving it a lot of enthusiasm, and we think it's going to be pretty huge for them. We're hoping.
It's creatively, it really feels like a step up because the writers are allowed to do more. They're not asking to change anything. It's just keep it going strong the way it is, but more of what works and more creative freedom. So it's good all around.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a lot of improvising with your characters, or is most of the stuff that you say scripted for the show?
You know, we were talking about this, and I think that American Dad sort of operates like a traditional sitcom, and it's very writer-heavy. We have a lot of writers, and so there isn't a ton of room for improv, but yet I think, you know, if there's something that I feel that Haley should say, I can make that suggestion, and usually they'll listen to it, and then sometimes they won't. But this isn't as big of an improv show as others.
Yeah, we typically stick to the script like you do in a sitcom. Mm-hmm. The writers write the words, and the actors say the words.
Yeah, exactly.
In the cable realm, although typically in series like for Disney or Nickelodeon, it feels like there's more leeway to improvise and to add new ideas and to rephrase things. But with our show, where the writing is really the thing, as with an on-camera sitcom, these words and these jokes have been crafted and polished for months as a team, and they pretty much want to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, going into that, based upon your own personalities and your characters' personalities, how much of them would you say you identify with, or how much do you say you put yourself into that character, or vice versa?
You want to take this one?
Are you trying to take it?
Yeah, I'll take it. I think the thing that they arrived with on Klaus is that he's frustrated and stuck in this bowl and just can't make things go his way. Because, you know, as I said before, Klaus started out as Sexy Fish who wants to, you know, get sexy with Mom, and they quickly figured out, nope, it's about Klaus stuck in his bowl and he can't get anything done, and everyone forgets him and neglects him. And I suspect, it's just conjecture, that part of the popularity of Klaus is that a lot of the people that watch the show feel that way, that they identify that they're at a chapter in their life, shall we say, where they just can't get the girl, they can't get anything done, they're smart, they're totally capable, but they're stuck in this body that won't do what they want, and they relate to that. And they make great comedic use of it in the show, I think.
One of my favorite Klaus episodes, was it this past season, was the one where you go to Atlantic City? And what is it? You pull your back out and you're just stuck in the room watching that same hotel channel looping.
Right.
Where the,
it's fantastic. Yeah, it's the ad for the
Rita Rudner.
Rita Rudner, until he's just repeating it over and over at the end. Yeah, poor Klaus.
Poor Klaus.
Always foiled.
I know.
Rachel, it was revealed in Love, American Dad Style that Haley is a fantastic singer. Your talents, obviously.
Thank you.
Yes. Why haven't we seen her pursue this as more of a lucrative career for her future?
That's a really good question. I'm not exactly sure why they didn't take, go that way. I mean, I think actually, no, if I'm really thinking about it, if you look at Haley's history and her, we all know what her extracurricular activities are. Maybe she's not going to be as focused as that. Maybe she likes to sort of, lay back and do her own thing. I feel like maybe her pursuing a career in performing might have just been a little bit too mainstream for her.
She just would prefer it to go easier, not go
She smokes a lot of dope, man. I don't think that, she's got the motivation.
Team slacker. Her and the hubby.
Exactly.
You say Jeff is coming back this season.
Yes.
How will his return affect Haley's character, and will their relationship be the same after so much time apart?
Yeah, it's been actually a slow evolution for the two of them, but I think where we are now, they're definitely getting back together, and things are looking bright and promising for the two of them. I mean, honestly, Jeff Fisher is one of my favorite characters on the show. I love that character, and I'm so glad that he's back because the two of them together, I think it's comedy gold.
So, as the seasons progress, some of the characters, like hidden lives, are kind of revealed. For example, you have one episode where Haley's a secret baker, or Klaus is a Olympic ski jumper.
Yes.
So, what kind of future things would you hope that are more revealed, like just wacky backstories that are just random?
I wish that they could go into the backstory of Klaus being the only stand-up comic in East Germany for 10 years.
I think you should pitch that.
I should pitch that.
That's fantastic.
It's like there was one, and actually Stephen King based the clown in It on that stand-up clown character that Klaus did. That's my idea. I'm just throwing out ideas.
I think that's great. Yeah, I'm not a writer on the show, but I think you should run with that.
Klaus's clown was more disturbing, though. Let's see now. I'm trying to think.
I know. We're exploring, I think, dipping our toes into the idea of Jeff and Haley possibly procreating, which is a really funny concept.
Oh, I love that idea.
So I think that's going to be interesting to see if they...
It could be a little baby.
They take that any further. I mean, that would be absolutely hilarious. And maybe her, having to stay sober throughout the pregnancy, and I think it could be really funny.
And Roger would be the nanny.
Right.
Oh, it just writes itself.
Roger
it writes
and
itself.
Klaus.
Yes, I would take over. Dr. Klaus will take over, watching and feeding and training the little child. Wouldn't that be fun? We teach you the German way to grow up, kid. Stand up straight. Now, good step around the room. Good. Oh my gosh.
Rachel, we noticed that you are making an appearance in Ted 2 this upcoming year. Can you tell us who you'll be playing?
Hilarious that you have that information.
Well, it was in the press release.
Was it really?
It was.
Okay. I don't know anything.
Can you tell us who you are playing and what we can expect?
God. I mean, sure. I honestly think that this was my brother kind of playing a joke on me because I don't do on camera ever. It's just not my thing. I just do voiceover. And I think he thought it would be funny to bring me up and have me do this scene. I'm actually playing Morgan Freeman's assistant. I have like a line. I had to fly to Boston, and I was on the set for 12 hours filming it. It was, it was hilarious, and it was really fun. But that's it. I literally have one line, and I am Morgan Freeman's assistant. So that's really going to be a real career shaper for me.
Wow.
I'm expecting a lot of big things.
Goodbye,
to come
Rachel.
from that, right? I mean, HBO.
Won't be seeing you at the table reads anymore.
Exactly. I'm not going to show up at the table reads.
First you phone it in, then someone just reads in for you, and then you're just gone.
It's all going to change for me after Ted 2 comes out.
We're really going to miss you. We're going to miss you so much, Rachel.
It's okay.
It makes me sad.
I won't forget all the people
It's
that helped
okay.
me
We
get
can
there.
go on. We can keep going.
Touching on that subject lightly, what is it like working with your brother? Considering that you grew up
Like
with
the
him.
first thing I was going to think was, I haven't worked with him in a really long time.
What's his name?
Let's go back. Let's step back 5 or 6 years when he was really involved with American Dad and at the table reads.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, seriously, Seth and I have been working together, creatively since we were tiny. I mean, we were doing musical theater together when I was 5 and he was 7, and so when I started doing Family Guy in the very beginning with him, we speak the same language. So he's the best director I've ever worked with because he just needs to give me one word, like, remember that Barbie record you used to have? Yes, no, I got it. Okay, I know what you're going for. It's great. We work beautifully together, and it was actually really fun on the set of Ted 2 to just get that little, that little moment of seeing him as an on-camera director. I mean, it's pretty trippy. But he's an incredibly gifted director, and it's really fun to work with him.
Dee, you do a lot of voiceover.
You do?
It's kind of ridiculous.
Do you do things other than American
It's a
Dad?
secret thing that I do that I can talk about today.
Okay, let's hear it.
What is it about Klaus that has kept you on American Dad for so many years?
Well-
while you're doing all these other projects too.
Well, I love doing Klaus so much because, first of all, he's German. And I really love the German language. I studied it in college. I spent a year over there, and I think it's a hilarious language. Most people think of it as very stern and strict. Some see it as harsh sounding. I've always found it beautiful and this doorway to all sorts of fascinating things, artistic and scientific. Sure, there was a couple of world wars, but there's a lot of really marvelous things that the German language is a gateway to, and I'm speaking seriously here. And so I really love playing this character partially because of that. The other part, it's very well written. It's actually fairly light duty. It's not something that rips up my voice, like another show where I'm doing that kind of stuff, which is about half of what I do. That kind of stuff. That can get tiring on the voice, which it's great fun. But this is just kind of it's like a vacation with friends. It's like, the table read is like being on the Carol Burnett show or something. It's having fun with friends, making people laugh. And so I love that. I love that we have a table read with an audience. As an actor, I just do voiceovers exclusively now as well. I don't get an audience. But when we do our table reads for this show, we got an audience. The various executives and people that make the show are there to listen to the entire show straight through as a show and see if this joke works and that scene works. So there's all of that. So there's a lot of things about it that are very unique in animation for me, the kind of stuff that I do, that make it really super fun.
Recently, Family Guy did a crossover with The Simpsons, and we've seen occasionally jokes with American Dad and Cleveland Show with Family Guy. What shows would either of you like to see crossed over with American Dad?
I mean, yeah. Hi, T-shirt.
Game of Thrones, American Dad.
Oh, Game of Thrones, that'd be marvelous. I choose Walking Dead. I think I like a Walking Dead.
Yeah.
With.
But are we going animated? Do you want animated?
You can turn live action into animated. You can have that.
Okay, well then there we go.
Walking
That's my
Dead
pick.
come
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Walking Dead.
You can send the Smiths to the wall.
Yeah, right? Exactly. See Roger and Baelish's whorehouse?
That would work.
That'd be amazing.
That would work.
I know.
Stan could be the head of the Night's Watch.
See, it writes itself.
Yeah,
It's just beautiful.
right.
What fun.
Switch out.
Oh,
Thanks, guys.
oh, it was
I
fun.
really do like your T-shirt.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
it was an absolute
guys.
pleasure.
Pleasure. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Nice meeting you too.
Nice to meet you guys.
I'm going to shake your hand and your hand and all of your hands. Yours.